Once you see how easy this drawstring bag is to make, you will not look for another tutorial. So let me show you how I made mine. Choose your fabrics for your lining and your main, and you will need to cut out 1 piece for your main, 1 piece for your lining, 2 for your ties, and 2 for your straps. Prepare your straps and your ties by ironing them in fourths like this. For my straps, I like top stitching both of the ends, but also a 3rd stitch down the middle. As always, for my ties, I like to close my ends like this, and you will do this to all the ends. Excess fabric, turn the end right side out, and then top stitch. And you will do this to both of your tie pieces. Before we sew our line and our main together, we're going to add our straps to the main fabric. Measure 3 inches from the end of your fabric towards the middle, and that is where you will put your straps. Stitch your straps in place. Once that's done, place your main and your lining together with right sides together and sew the 2 short ends. Take this to the ironing board and press your seams. Once you have those pressed, separate your main and your lining by pulling them apart like so. Line up your seams and pin them in place. On your main fabric, you're going to mark a line 2 inches from the seam and another line 1 inch from that one. Do this to the top and also to your bottom. Next, on your lining, you're going to leave a 5-inch opening. So I'm also marking that and then putting an X there so I know not to sew this. We're going to be sewing down this side, stopping right here and then starting again right here and sewing down. And same for the top, stopping right here, starting again right here, and then stopping right here and then starting again right here. Those 2 small openings that we're leaving is where we're going to make our casing for our ties, which is going to create that drawstring effect on our bag. And the bigger opening that we left on our lining side is so we can turn it right side out once we're done sewing it together. Next, turn this right side out using the opening that we left, making sure you are poking out all of the corners and making sure the bag was sewn together correctly. Sew the opening that we left on our lining closed, and now stuff the lining back into the main part of the bag, and we are going to top stitch. I like to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance for my top stitches. Find the 1-inch holes that we left on the side of our bags, and I like to make a line so I can know where they are at. Now, using my ruler, I will make 2 lines, guiding myself with the marks that I just made so I don't stitch over what we left open, if that makes sense. Pretty much what we're doing is creating the casing around the whole bag so our ties can go through this opening and they won't move from there. It's so satisfying seeing how these pen marks disappear with the heat. This is when I added my label, and you could see the casing that we sewed. Take one of your ties, either using a safety pin like I did or a bodkin, and insert it through one of the openings that we left. And you're going to take this tie, insert it all around the bag until you are able to pull it out through the same hole that we put it in through. And I like to pull my tie as far out as I can so the ties are even. Now grab your other tie. We're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to put this one through the other hole. Insert your tie through the whole bag until you get back to the hole where it was inserted in. It might be a little confusing, but I think watching the video will be easier than trying to explain. And once you are done with both ties, tie a knot on all 4 ends of the ties. And once I finished tying the knots on my ties, I pulled on them so the ties could be even on both sides. And of course, to work your drawstring bag, you want to hold on to both ties on both sides and pull. And that is all. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give me a like and share this with your sewing bestie. Save so you can come back to this tutorial.